Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? I'm going to warn you, this video is going to get weird. I'm going to be playing Norco. It's a game that takes place in Norco, Louisiana in the future, and I'm really having a great time with it. It is a point-and-click adventure game, not like a really hardcore point-and-click adventure game where you have a huge inventory, you're doing things. It almost reminds me of what I wish Hotline Miami was. Like very dreamlike, very surreal, but not necessarily trying to be edgy. Like, we'll get into it. This just came out on Xbox Gamepass. This was on PC Game Pass earlier this year. It released in 2022. Let's go to this. We'll load it here. So, I would like not necessarily be like my Pinsmith video. I'm not going to warn too much about spoilers because this game is more about its world more than anything, of like the kind of world it sets up. I just got this motorcycle. I'm riding on my robot, or my family's robot, Million. Here's Million. I could talk to him, whatever. Now, whatever. Erica said Blake was. There's no voice acting in this. It's all text, very similar to Pentiment. I need to stop saying Million, help me with that. I love the way she. I keep on saying she. It, for some reason, reminds me very like feminine-esque. Eric said Blake was saying we should gather all the information we need there. Okay. Basically, this story, you have a brother named Blake. This is as much as I can really figure out so far. I've been playing this for about 3 to 5 hours. I've got this monkey on my back. You are coming back to your town of Norco, Louisiana. Your mom just passed away from cancer. And you're coming to kind of pick up the pieces, but it's not like, oh, it's like one of those stories. Like, you know, you've seen those. Like, oh, family member dies, mom, dad, something like that. Come back to town, pick up the pieces. You've left for a long time. But this is much more about just the vibes in the world. This is my monkey. I won a staring contest with him earlier. This video is going to get weird, you all. I will say I pet a cat so much earlier that he shot through the roof. Do not know where that cat's at. A lot of things going on. I do like this. This is what's called your mind map. It shows all your different connections to everyone. This is you. This is Blake, your brother. I do not know why you're denoted with the smiley, this face, and he's denoted with that yet. Your brother was headed to Floodgate Tavern. He mentioned this to Erica when he dropped by Sarpy Paperbacks to see her yesterday evening. But I wanted to play a newer section of this game, because if I just play through old stuff, like when it's just me talking, like I'm not going to react to it in the same. So far, I'm really liking this a lot, though. I'm not in love with it, but the best way I can use to describe this game is that it feels very real and true. It feels very much like what the future we're heading towards is actually going to be like, but not in a, oh yeah, isn't this shitty? It's like more like, well, I mean, yeah, this is probably what we're heading towards, but this is life. Like, this is it. Let's go to the Floodgate Tavern. We got to go here next. It feels like the writers of this game very much understand what it's like to live in low income. Like, there's so many times I played this game where I just get stressed out about things. Not necessarily because, like, oh, I've got to make an important decision or something like that, but just like, oh, this character is in massive debt. And it's very clear. It just reminders of that, and just, So, I will say this controls pretty well on controller. There's some things like I don't like it when you click on something. There's no way to exit out of that. You have to do something. You can look at stuff, walk over to it. That's sort of the point-and-click information, or point-and-click gameplay is where it comes from. You can also use the D-pad to kind of go through all the different things, so you don't have to necessarily just scroll around until you find something to click on. I've not had anything where it's like, oh, I just didn't know what to click on yet. I, like, you know, with point-and-click adventure games, like, oh, I gotta kind of scan the environment. I have not. Ooh, okay. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc, sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character, but we may benefit from speaking to him. Why are you looking at me like that? I still got chili on my face. Mind map updated. Okay. The LCD pulse of the evening news makes pale shadows across the bar. An image of a man with a long gray beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. I love the writing in this game. It's the language could definitely be flowery at times. And there's definitely, paragraphs of text where I'm like, I don't necessarily know what you're trying to get across is just more about the world versus anything else. Another pipeline has left residents of Lower St. Charles Parish shaken. Ugh. Shield officials have determined that the source of the explosion was due to a botched attempt by oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement, known as Lucky, was among the pirates, Shield officials say. He is believed to be hiding in the Batur Woods along the east bank between Kenner and LaPlace. I know where that's at. Residents are asked to call the Crime Stoppers with any information. Gotcha. So this is almost like my party following me around here. I did have a section earlier where I was actually playing as my mother before she passed away. So it seems like that's an aspect. And then I got very weird at the end and did not know what was happening. Sit here long enough, you never know who you might pass through. Hey Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure Gus, that filthy one right there, that's Kate Madeire's oldest. Other one's her robot. You pulling my leg, that's Kay. Blue's baby? Come on now. I worked the turnarounds with Blue. Good man. Blue's your dad. Great man. Had some stories, him. How come his kids came out like they did? Look at how this one's dressed. Looked to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Blue passed before his time is why them kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You're right about that one, Keith. Sad the way the kids turned out, but forget all that. You two are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm sitting here. You're in the company of a top-rated professional sleuth, and I happen to have a bit of information. Spit it out then. Hey, listen, I do things on my own time, you understand? Whining ain't gonna make this go no quicker. What he means to say is he don't do nothing but sit around here and drink. My ass, I'm the hardest working flatfoot you can find. Me. LeBlanc, please, time is of the essence. Cool your heels, I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life, I'm just playing with you. Everyone is very mean in this game, too. Not mean, but they're kind of just... They're miserable. Everyone's miserable. Hey, that's life. Tell you what, why don't we get me a drink so we can talk? Okay, so I gotta buy him a drink. Let's talk to this guy, Keith. Don't see how anyone can believe the crap the media has been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide working people. See for yourself. He gestures to the TV. That why you making your website, Keith, to set the record straight? You know that's right. I love that image of him smoking that cigarette. The art in this game is great. Got a fleur-de-lis there. Is this my brother? Man lies face down on the empty bar surrounded by empty bottles. That might be my brother. Evening folks, can I get something started? Blake Madeire. Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks, not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. I still have not found my brother. He seems like he's kind of the central mystery of I gotta find him, but in all honesty, it's not been a huge thing. I'm just kind of done a couple things. So Blake ripped you off. Someone said Blake came by here last night. Nah, he'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. So Blake ripped you off. I let him catch some sleep right here behind the bar after last call, and when the boy walked off with the register, I knew he'd be getting himself all messed up on drugs. Was trying to give the kid a chance. Gave him some chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. I need a beer for your boy. Lord help me, another sat buying that low life a drink. Might need you to buy me a little snack too, seeing as my wallet's all the way out in the car, but this is enough to get us going. So alright, where do I even start? Your mom ever tell you about me? Nah, nothing. I mean, shit, she must have said something. A hard-nosed detective, charming and mysterious. Nothing. I mean, shit, she must have said something. A hard-nosed detective, charming and mysterious. Give it up, Britt. All right. I'm sure I came up. The problem is, you got a piss-poor memory. Us investigators, we gotta keep our memories sharp. So while you don't know me, he seems a lot, I will say, before I read this, he seems a lot like the main character in Disco Elysium. So while you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand. My cousin Susie's ex-husband knew your daddy when he was still at the plant. Okay. Cousin Susie okay, gotcha. And Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Heart. I knew her since I was a boy. Everyone around here knew Catherine. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People say she was kin to Jesus. Old man lived behind loops would say that. Talking about Papa? Yeah, Papa. Been years since I thought about him. Pawpaw. A lot you could say about Pawpaw. He'd whisper some bullshit and get everyone repeating it. Wasn't all bullshit. Saying that. Ooh, okay. Alright. We all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean, like literally. This was years ago, long before Blue died. Pawpaw told the priest a family of Cajuns came from Jesus. Said Catherine had, how you say it, like Jesus blood. Got it from her daddy's daddy and so on, all the way back to the old world. Like in that movie, One with a Volleyball. What? Is he talking about Castaway? That ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priests and stuff. Hell, I don't know. I don't watch movies. Figure some of that's likely to be true. You'd believe any old shit, Keith. No disrespect. Catherine never noticed. She was off on her own planet, wild as she was. Papa never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine, but she weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith. You'd be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Where she went, trouble followed, but I married her, and she married me. You sure about that? She never said much, but I could tell. She only talked to you when she needed a free hand, Brett. Like hell, she did. She did all she could to get my attention. I just had too much respect for Blue. Couldn't dishonor the man's memory. The bartender shakes his head. Sometimes you make me sad. Don't mind Gus. I always have been the handsome one, and he gets jealous. Made me forget what I wanted to tell you. Oh, that's right. Your house is out there near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window looks out out on the yard, more or less. I did see his place. But this is a pretty long story, and like I was saying, I ain't got my wallet with me. And he wants to buy you another drink. That's a real generous offer, Robot. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. So, we must be sure to gather all information we can from LeBlanc. Okay, so yeah, I can consult them. Here's my map. The my map has been updated. Here's Lucky, fugitive oil pirate hiding in the... I did see him. He said he called a horse dumb. What's this? Bloodline. An old man had delusions about your mom. He believed her to be a descendant of Jesus Christ by way of her Cajun ancestry. The story in this is wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever I was playing as my main characters, which I think's a female, playing as her mom, it ended with walking in and seeing like this almost eldritch, like a monstrosity, and I don't know what's happening. Like, here's the thing, you don't know really what's happening, but there's enough of a thread going throughout this whole game that it still keeps you going. And I can see myself finishing this as long as it's not too long. Your brother never ended up at Floodgate Tavern. Erica said Blake was headed into Floodgate. Gus the brother said Blake never showed up. Your brother, Smith. So he must have been lying to that lady. Okay, let's keep talking. Why are you touching my partner? This is where he came to relax. This is where he come to relax. He'll bleed you dry. His eyes are like flashing. This is the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining or nothing, just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. It's real important information I'm trying to share here. Valuable, you might say. And you buy me the cheapest beer in the house. A little rude maybe, but that's okay. That ain't no problem. So listen here, this is what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out on your mama's yard. I'm always keeping an eye on the street. This was a little ways back, right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the street like I do, and I seen these SHIELD security types leaving the house. They was carrying a box. You saw SHIELD security leaving Catherine's house with a box. That's what I'm saying, Robot. They was walking out the front door with a box, casual as can be. And where the hell were you? Ain't you some kind of security robot yourself? Let's do this. What would SHIELD be looking for? SHIELD is basically the oil conglomerate that... Or I don't even know if it's oil they are. It's like basically the shitty company that's like destroying Louisiana, but also floods have destroyed most of Louisiana anyways. It's all a mess. Laura St. Clair, the regional CEO they got over there, she always took a bit of an interest in your mama. Here she's loose cannon. Why would she be interested in my mom? Everybody was. He's right, everybody wanted what was in her head. Okay. What makes her a loose cannon? That's just what they say. You talking about Laura? Piece of work, that woman. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation into the ground. Only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. A lot of people want her gone. Who's her father? Thomas St. Clair founded Claire Bionics. They made robots just like your friend here. Hell, Million might be a St. Clair unit herself. Okay, so Million is a female then. Anyhow, man's rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair is a servant of the devil. Okay, Gus. There Gus goes with his bullshit. Not bullshit, it's truth. All right, Gus. Enough about Laura St. Clair. Why didn't you stop this S.H.I.E.L.D. agents? Well, because I was busy. With what? You know, just busy. Who cares with what? When are you ever busy with anything? All the time. I can hardly get a minute to relax. Then what were you doing? I told you I was looking out the window and I saw them S.H.I.E.L.D. people. So answer the question, Brett. You see these people breaking into a home. You're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed them. Sometimes I wonder if half these stories you tell, ask around town, everybody knows I'm a killer. Are just fantasies you make up to convince yourself. I was taking a shit. Okay. The detective smooths his tie and a moment of silence settles over the room. The window's next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have irritable bowel syndrome. That's why he's watching the street? Because he's got IBS? I hadn't even started wiping when I see them S.H.I.E.L.D. dudes. All right, bruh. Would you run down Apple Street with poo all over your ass? Definitely not. The man closes his eyes and shakes his head slowly. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You gotta have a clean ass to fight crime. Everybody knows that. I mean, this guy's spitting. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. That's enough. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. It would be a real nice gesture if you bought your informant something to eat. And circle back afterwards. I might have a little bit more information to share. No, we're good. I don't like you. Can I say anything to him? Don't see how anyone could... Oh, yeah, okay, he's saying the same stuff. Let's get out of here. Before we leave, that's... Jesus, okay. Yes, actually. Sucker born every day. Good for business, I guess. He's got a thing of fries there that looks pretty good. Should have mentioned I don't care much for the fries here, but that's okay. I ain't complaining. Just would have liked me a sandwich is all, but forget all that. What's important right now is you understand what I told you. I saw S.H.I.E.L.D. thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. What the box contained, no idea, but they was in there looking for something, no telling what. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery in that old plantation house where the real action happens. If I had to guess where they was heading, that'd be it. Say, Keith, you getting all this? Every word. Keith's making himself a little news website. What's the name going to be, Keith? I got a few ideas in mind. You just like Duck, bruh. Duck used to be a news junkie too, digging up dirt on all the big wigs. That was before the cancer knocked him on his ass. Some people just want to know the truth. You been by to see Duck, K? The man could use some visitors. I don't know, actually, I've heard mention of him, but I don't know. No wonder you don't remember your mama talking about me. You got a pecan for a brain. Kay, I find it surprising that you don't remember Duck. Even the damn robot thinks it's sad. You got poor Catherine turning her grave, kid. You better go see him. That old boy knows shit no one else does. Where is he? What you mean? Kate must have took you to see Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Perhaps LeBlanc is right to suggest that we visit him at some point. Perhaps, oh yes, quite. Why you talk like that? Oh, that's a good hiccup he had. Did they make you in England or something? You sound like a queen. Thank you. Weird ass thing. Anyhow, figure I'll be seeing you two again. Good luck. Excuse me. Where can I find Duck? Like I told you, just think about it for 2 seconds. I'm sure you've been there 1,000 times. Tell me more about Pawpaw. What you want to know? Oh man, how did he become fixated on my mom? A small town like this, your mom attracted attention. He was watching too many movies. Got his wire across. That's my guess. Sounds about right to me. Oh, I can auto continue. Interesting. That's something let's do it. What does that actually do? Roofing, fabrication, that kind of thing. No order. Oh, did he know him? I'd see him walking by every now and then. We'd exchange a few words. They say he threw a brick through the church window once upon a time. That had people buzzing. A lot of us knew who he was, but no one knew much about him. One of those kind of people. That's enough about Pawpaw. We'll need help getting to the fire, getting that refinery easy. I know that much from experience. You should find one of them people they've been talking about in the news to help you out. Oil pirates barricading Highway 1, diverting pipelines. They was saying on TV them. Okay. I already got it. I already got it, man. Let's talk to him a little bit more. Looking for my brother. Why don't you ask Gus about that? I don't keep up with Blake no more. Too much trouble. Gotcha. Okay, we can leave here then. I guess I can talk to Million and see what we're gonna do next. Need help. LeBlanc, man. Yeah, Shield has stolen some of your mother's possessions. We can attempt to infiltrate, but I don't think we'll be successful. Let's all ask for him. No, I recall. I don't know. There's something going on there. There's a fugitive hiding along the Batur. Yes, we saw him. Oral Pirates comment. Increasingly so, the pipeline network in this region is largely unmonitored. Claire Bionics and others are developing new technologies to address it. Where's the Batur? I already know. I don't need to ask. I just gotta hit all these choices. Okay. So I can check this mind map to see all the new information I've gathered. It's a good way to just kind of get a refresher. Let's do this. We don't need to worry about the mind map now. I'd imagine it's not going to get too much more filled out. That's why I'm like, I don't know how far I'm into this game. And I'm sorry this has been very text heavy. This is kind of the game. A lot of talking to people, but I was hoping we'd be able to go to more places and not just talk to these bar patrons the whole time. Blake was heading here yesterday, but the bartender hasn't come by in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. LeBlanc says that Shield has stolen a box of... Okay, so I got multiple threads to follow. We have nothing else to go on. We must and hope that they point us towards your brother. Okay, so it's basically telling me one major thing I need to do. So, bottom right here, I do wish there was a... You can always hit right bumper or right trigger. That'll just throw you over here. I wish it was more upfront about what each thing would do on the controller. That's one thing I do think it could be a little bit better. But if I hit right trigger there, or I can go down there manually, you can definitely tell this was intended to be a PC game at first. But as here, if this is that guy's place, basically from wherever you're at, you can go to a multitude of places. You can't go to everywhere at once. You can go here though. Actually, here we can go everywhere if we go this. Let's say here. Let's go here. Okay, there was like some film crew here before. They were asking for help with the slang terms that people use here. Let's go, let's see if that cat's back. Can I even go in there? Okay, here we go. She's probably gonna be mad at me about the cat. Yeah, still not over the crouton thing, in case you're wondering. Too bad if you... So she won't even talk to me anymore. She had a cat here, and I had to do a timing-based minigame, which occasionally you'll have to do. Like if you... And it's depending on which character in your party's doing it. Like if the monkey... like I said, it's very confusing. I fought a guy earlier. I did fight a guy earlier, and I fought him like in a full-on like turn-based mini game where me and the monkey fought him. If I picked the monkey for a turn, then he would do a staring contest with him, which is a different mini game than what I do. It's confusing. Let's go to... We'll play a little bit more of this. I think. Yeah, here we go. Oh Jesus. This game is like kind of scary too. Have you see a dog, little black pit, green eyes? You see her, you send her this way. She answered to Potts. You the one they're looking for? Well, so what? Lucky make the news, they want trouble. Here I am. You see that dog, send her this way. Okay, so I should find him as dog. I guess we'll head out of here. Here's the convenience store. Oh, I do actually know where that dog's at. I just literally saw it. So yeah, here. I can't actually... I have to do something here. I'm good. This has not been the most interesting video. I apologize for that. Hopefully it has been interesting. Hopefully you've learned new stuff about Norco. So far, I've really been enjoying this. It's a very weird game, but I love the vibes of it. I am into the story so far. I think the writing's very good. But don't expect everything to make sense. It's very dreamlike, very surreal. If you're into weird, I would say even weird horror movies, like weird surreal experiences, give this a shot. It is it's a weird one. Yeah, here's a statue in my front yard. It's got a card reader on it. I hate well, I do love it, like this noise, just from being like, they nail the world in this so well, and the environment, everything. So it's cool game. I do have an inventory also. I guess I can go here real quick and show you this. We don't got that much longer. I just got a fuse, or no, this is just a phone case, right? Crouton phone case resembling Crouton. Yeah, that's when Crouton was the cat that I rubbed so much that the person got mad at me. Let's go to here. Yeah, I actually need to go here. This dog. Let's reach down. She shows her teeth and growls softly. Okay. Can y'all help me with the dog? Dogs eat dog food. Okay. So I wonder if I can buy dog food at... Okay, I need to get... Yeah, I need to get out of here. It should allow me just to go to the map here. But if you love, like, weird 80s dreamlike movies, this definitely reminds me of that. Like, very much like... Even RoboCop in a way. Like, RoboCop is not oppressive in its viewpoint of the world. But it is very, like, hey... Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hi, guys. Don't know what's going on here. Can I leave? Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Let's just do this one aspect, and then we can try to talk to that guy. Is there dog food here? Yeah, there's dog food. Grab a bag of dog food. Let's put this here. So I gotta... Here is where I can show you my inventory. Straight up drag that point and click adventure game, put it in the price scanner. Thank you for your purchase. We are out of here. I fought a guy named Tony out here. Then I got an achievement called Class Trader when I beat him. That's this game. So let's see. I imagine I'm going to get this dog in my party. Let's go here. Feed dog. Let's feed this dog. You pour a heap of it on the ground for the dog. She laps at the kibble and falls behind you as you step away. Yeah, got this dog in my inventory. This dog's in my party. Love that dog, bruh. Probably gonna try and get him. Yeah, it's weird stuff going on with that Quack app he's talking. This game's weird, but I kind of really love how weird it is. Let's go to... Hey, I got your dog. You brought back my pot licker. She was having me worry. Pot's now. She's tough as they come, but Lucky thought they had her. He reaches down and pets the dog behind her ears as she pants eagerly. He regards Million. Say, robot, you look familiar. You a Claire Bionics unit? No. Alright then, just thought you might fill Lucky in on a little gossip. What gossip? Laura St. Clair, she one unusual character, turning that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase. For what? What I was hoping the robot might tell me. But anyhow, they call me Lucky. I stick around here. You need help, you find me. Help is just what we need. That right. We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property. We could use a hand. I done got past them fences more time than I can count. That's a good time. Even got me a couple grenades in my bag. Awesome. Lucky will come. You can count on Lucky. Let's return to the house. I hope it's finished. Okay. Wow, I got a lot of people in my party. Okay. This is Norco, though. It's not going to be for everyone. I will rightly say 100%. I will say I've been really enjoying it. It's not blowing me away. Sometimes it is kind of blowing me away what's actually happening. It's definitely one of the more interesting games I played this year. And, you probably know by now if this is going to be your vibe or not. I'm actually really interested in seeing where this is going. So maybe I will finish before the end of the year. And if I really love it by the end, it might end up somewhere on my video at the end of the year. But thank you all for joining me. I'm sorry if this hasn't been the most interesting thing, but hey, this is a point-and-click adventure game. I might be doing a video on Return to Monkey Island, so guess what? Prepare for more of them. This is Norco. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe. do the business. You know, it's 12:30 at night. I'm gonna spend more time in Louisiana. I'm gonna be having fun. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna be posting some reviews soon, hopefully. I've got some stuff lined up. Keep an eye on the channel. Still new Game Pass videos are coming out. I don't know what's coming out for new on Game Pass in December. Do not know yet 100%. So we will see. But with that, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.